How you doing? Welcome to Video Soul. I'm Donnie Simpson.
And I'm Sherry Carter, and we have a very special edition of Video Soul planned for you today. Not only do we have the hottest videos around, that's a given, but joining us for the second hour of our show is a lady who can only be described as a music legend.
With a brand new album on the way and a spectacular tour planned for the United States in '93, Tina Turner is back and in control.
Oh, more so than ever. Tina's going to be our guest for the entire second hour of Video Soul today, and she's also brought along the world premiere of her new video called I Don't Want to Fight. You're going to see it for the first time anywhere right here on BET Today. The place.
You know, every now and then, I think you might like to get something from us. Nice, easy. There's just one thing.
In the city.
Oh,
Sing as well.
he only brings out the deep voice for special.
I got a chance. Tina made me look at somebody and think, oh, no, I'm ready to go. Golden.
You've got the part.
Can you imagine sitting there watching Tina work all night on stage?
Yeah.
Anyway, history has already recorded. Tina Turner is one of the consummate performers of our time. Legendary.
That's right. She is truly an artist who's still growing and expanding her range, and that's definitely exhibited by her new LP, which is entitled What's Love Got to Do With It? That kind of sounds like she forgot that she already did that song, but there's an explanation behind it.
Well, we can start right there. Well, first we should say hello.
And welcome.
Thank you.
To Video Soul. Tina Turner. Who would have thunk?
I know.
I never would have thunk it. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, what is with the title, What's Love Got to Do With It? Because you did that already.
I did that one already. I sure did. And I was successful with that one. That was
you
my
were major
first
successful.
#1 song in America.
Was it really?
Yes, absolutely. I was in Tower Records in New York City, signing autographs, and my manager came over and said, "Darling, it's #1. Ah, what a time for it to be announced, right?
Wow.
And all the kids there just sort of cheered.
Because it was a comeback, too. I mean, it was a,
Yeah,
after a long period.
well, I hadn't had a record for years, or music I'd been performing. Of course, I never stopped.
Right.
But then coming back musically with a hit album, a hit song, you know,
Mhm.
to finally get a #1 in America is an achievement on its own. You know?
Right.
So that was it. And why now to come back with it is because what people remember me for. And actually, there's a movie done of my life, starring Angela Bassett and
Larry Fishburne.
Larry Fishburne, yeah. And it's quite appropriate to say, well, what's love got to do with it? Is this love? Is that love? Is that what love is all about, really? But it's a send-up, but it's perfect because that's how people remember me. It's
Yeah.
from that song in Proud Mary.
Well, you know, you won, well, of course, you know, you won a Grammy for that song, Song of the Year.
Did you
But
know
you know why? But you know why?
Why?
Do you know why? I will never forget it because I was programming a radio station here in Washington. I remember when the rep brought that song in. It's like, I can't play this. I didn't like it.
What am I going to do with this? That's what I
I'm
felt.
serious. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Oh.
And here I was, noted for having golden ears, where you can hear everything. And then when it won Song of the Year, it's like the most humbling experience.
Yeah.
But I felt good because when you accepted the Grammy that night, you said, when they first brought this song to me, I did not
like it. That's
Oh,
right.
you're kidding.
Oh, I thought this little song. I had been covering Hot Legs, Honky Tonk Woman. I thought, oh God, what am I? And I didn't really get the performance side of the song because most people know that what's love got to do with it is it's got all to do with it. It's love that's going to save the planet, so to speak. And I couldn't get any sense. And then a girl in the valley said, Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? All right. And I went, oh, okay. And then I got a totally different meaning.
Well, and obviously that showed on the video, because when I first heard the song, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I go, who is this? It sounds like, but it can't be.
But it
sounds
can't
like
be.
Tina Turner.
Right.
It was Tina Turner. Then I saw the video and I said, oh, go ahead, because to me it was like the anthem of the liberated woman. It really was. And you were so hot in it. I said, that is the woman. Oh, I loved it immediately.
Unusual song it was also. It was
yeah.
just, I think the arrangement was understated, or still is. It's so unusual.
But see, it may have been understated when they gave it to you when you first read it over, but you give it something. It was a powerful song.
Well, it's even better on stage now. I get the audience involved, and I get the guys singing and the girls singing, and then they all do it together. So it really turned out to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you prefer like those high energy songs, or do you like those more than the ballads?
Yes, I do, because I like the dancing, I like the energy, and I like just plowing through there, you know. But what I like and love about the ballads is that I get to balance it all, and I'll just cool it right down. Everybody gets to have a rest, and I can sing for a while there for the people, you know, so it's good.
Yeah, and then you can cool down too, because you really work out on stage.
Yeah, but I take it, you know, I pace myself. I hit really hard for a second, then I pull in, move out again, pull way down, and then try to really come back the last time with a really knockout.
Yeah.
Did it take you time to learn that, the pacing of the show?
Well, I think I learned that back in the past when Ike and I were together. A running order has a lot to do with the success of the show. All of that was my learning stages of staging and running orders and arrangements. Yeah.
So what's the most exciting thrill? Is it, well, I don't see how recording actually is thrilling. So I would imagine that you enjoy yourself more on stage. Although I've heard other artists say, no, I actually like the designing of it, the piecing it together in the studio.
In the studio, I hate those earphones. Back in the I do. It's so.
Well, it's like a hair. That's what it's
right. You got
yeah.
to sing over the head, and then you got to listen to yourself. You imagine singing in your own ear.
Oh, I love it. I sound.
Oh, you do it all the time. No, I don't like that. We're used to hearing from outside and coming in, and to actually for all of that sound, you can't get a good enough balance to sing comfortably. I did one take from an album out in the studio working with the guys on the arrangement, and fortunately the engineer was able to take it, and I was so thrilled. I thought there's hope after all. Maybe I can get rid of it. I don't like the recordings. I managed to do it, but you're not free. You're not singing free. You got to stand there.
Did you like it in the old days when you actually were recording? I mean, you had the band, you just ran through it, and that was it. Was that better than the way it's
I don't mind singing to track.
Yeah.
I just don't like singing with earphones.
Oh,
I prefer
okay.
to sing if I could take it from the outside coming in, from speakers.
I see.
Yeah, that's what's difficult, isn't it? And you can never get the earphones exactly right. I need to hear it naturally as I'm speaking to you, but it's magnified once it goes through the ear.
Right.
So that's the obstacle. Then you got to be careful of weaving the mic, as they call it, and all of that. But on stage, you just get to go with it.
Yeah.
Even if you mess up, you can pretend that you forgot the
Then you play it off.
The microphone is over there. I know how.
We've got you for the whole hour, so I've got plenty of questions. I'm just smiling.
I just wanted to be here. I have nothing to ask. I just
Well,
wanted
right
to be
now,
here in your presence.
I'm just taking these earrings off. Every time I turn my head, they come off anyway.
Well, I do have one question. Why do you wear a skirt?
I wore the skirt all summer, and I thought, well, I'm not doing it until summer, so.
That's okay, because you have leggings on. They're beautiful, and your legs look wonderful.
I hope that question isn't sexist. I think with Tina Turner, you
Not
have
at all.
to ask. I mean, your legs.
If you had asked it, I would have.
Yeah, good. Okay.
And this is kind of exciting right now because we've got the world premiere of your new video. For the first time ever, you are going to see it right now here on Video Soul on BET. And this is from the movie.
This is the theme for the movie, and it's called for the movie of What's Love Got to Do with It, and the song is called I Don't Want to Fight.
All right. World premiere on Video Soul. Wow. Okay, Golden Ears. What's your verdict?
I can't play that. That means it's a smash.
It's beautiful. You look beautiful. It's hot. You look hot and sexy, and the hair's wonderful, and you look like you're having a great time. Was it fun?
The video was great. It was my idea to go to the desert because the song can be depressing if you're not careful. Actually, it's a great message song. Let go if it's not happening. But I didn't want it to be depressing. I didn't want to sit there, singing, I thought something has to happen. So we went to the desert, and we just had a great time out there. And then the producer,
Or the editor, or whoever, yeah.
Now the producer actually that directed it, Peter Kerr, decided to do the projections in back of this studio setting that he had, which was unusual because how many different videos can you make on Tina Turner? I've been around so long, you got to come up with something, right? So I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Now it's from the movie, and the movie is based on your book, your autobiography, I, Tina. And how did it feel when they approached you to do the movie about your life? Because I imagine it must have been tough to write about it, and I'm sure it was tough to maybe watch it being filmed and interpreted.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't?
I wasn't there. I only met with Angela and spoke with her about some dancing and about some stage mannerisms, so to speak, or to get her to understand why I do a lot of things and how I stand the way I stand, etc. And but actually, she had a great compliment from me, as she said, I want to do it good for you because it's your life. It was very nice.
Yeah.
But what's odd about it was when they approached me with buying the book from her, I was thrilled because I was honored. Oh, great! I'm going to have a movie made
about you.
But I was hoping I'd be off the planet, gone, not around, or even around and in my chair. Really proud to see that I'm still standing there. Not when I'm still here. The movie is on one stage and I'm on another, so to speak, And then I'll start to worry. And what are they going to do anyway? There's a lot of fiction in movies, much less fact in fiction.
Yeah.
Even though it's in life, real life, people's interpretation of one's lives, it's a lot of fiction. And in this case, it's 20 years, all put into 2 hours. But you got to ask me to watch it. I'm not sure that I should see this. I might even recognize myself.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, it's quite an adventure this summer for me to have all of this going on and to come back to America. Having been performing here for 6 years, then to have a movie and a new record company. It's a lot going on.
And actually, you've been living in Europe, and now I understand that you're back in the States at least for a little while.
Yeah, for work.
Okay, we're going to talk more, but we got to pay the bills around here. That's right.
Why didn't you wear a skirt?
He's fixated.
I'll be back. We're back. This is Video Soul. We're talking with Tina Turner. Now, these old songs we were bumping in with, you actually redid for the movie.
Right. Just to freshen the sound. It's the actual recordings as they were then. I remember the arrangements because I was there for the musical arrangements and for the vocals. And because it's actually performed in the movie, we kept it strict to the actual recordings.
Did it bring back memories to redo the songs?
I thought a bit about the first day I sang Fool in Love on this man's microphone, and he said I was breaking his mic when I go to actually, it was a commercial studio, and I don't know how we were there or why, but he was very concerned with me singing in this manner on his microphone, But other than that, I don't force myself to think a lot about my life then, because actually it was a long time ago. It's all brought back now, but I didn't become sad.
Now, is that why you chose to stay away from the movie set? Because, it's in the past and let it stay in the past?
Actually, the truth is, the director had his view of the concept. And we had some heavy discussions about it. And I didn't actually have the contracted approval to go in and say, no, it's not the way, it has to be this way. And I didn't want to upset anything that they were doing in case it was good.
Right.
So I decided, all right, then I will just let you have it, hope that it's good, and if it's not good, I'll go to the press.
Right. And you know those press people, what they can do.
I think they care enough to try to make it as good as possible.
Yeah. Just the last question about the movie, because I'll just wait to see it. Did you have any say about the casting of Angela and of Larry, and what did you think of them as well?
There was a decision. A tape was made after most of the casting was done, because there were hundreds of everybody wanting to roll on the river.
Oh, yeah.
And there were 3 girls, and Angela had something likable about her, because I felt with as many fans as I have, people are going to be critical anyway. And so if she's likable, then she has more of a chance at people listening to her and taking her in as an actress. There was discussion that she should look like me, or how she should look. And I think any singer and dancer could have done the part physically. But it was important that she acted well, you see. And there's not that many female actresses out there, black female actresses.
True.
So I met Angela because I thought she was the right one. And when she walked into the studio when I was doing the soundtrack, immediately I liked her. Great face. She's a very pretty girl. She's not so pretty with wearing Tina's clothes, but she's lovely. She's lovely. And we started to just laugh and become as one, just sitting there looking at some shots for clothing that that we had some documents on. And then she said something that touched me. She asked me a few questions about the script that she had. And because she had noticed that I don't use profanity, and they had written in a lot of profanity. And I said to her, she said, how would you say this? And I said, I wouldn't. She said, I thought not, because all my research, I never heard you use profanity or speak in this foul way. So I thought I was being protected somehow, because she would protect me, because she had followed. It is my life after all. And why portray me as in a way that I was not, you know. So I felt good that she was there to protect me in that sense. And that's why I actually had a lot of say-so about it being her. And Disney also felt that she was right for the part.
But with this being your life, why would you not have total control over it?
Foolishness. I was excited at the time that a movie was being done in my life. It's the first time such an offer had come. We didn't think about it. It was 5 years ago when Disney bought the rights to make a movie. Again, one would think that it would be much later when this is done. But now it's, you know, it's living long enough to be fashionable. It's in style now to write about people's lives, especially the one that had a lot of ugliness, so to speak, you know. And so I didn't beg about approval. You just think that one would have enough respect for a person to stick as close to one's life as possible, which is what I'm hoping for. By the way, we're speaking, there's a possibility that's negative, but we've gotten great results, because I actually asked with Disney last night, and he said that he really feels that this will be one of Disney's best movies ever.
Now you mean Michael Eisner, right? Or no?
I'm sorry, no, this was a Katzenberg.
Oh, okay.
Jeffrey Katzenberg, and also David Hoberman. They all did a screening, and they're all running to me now saying, trust us, really, it's really good, you must see it. You know, they want my blessing, so to speak. I believe them, but you know, I'll be more critical than anyone.
Of course.
Because it's my life, you know.
Wow. What about Angela's legs? Was that a consideration?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And it worked out a bit, you know. She might have done it up a little bit at the top, I think, but she became very thin. She felt much more self-confident afterwards. I think her legs are looking quite nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have to get her workout.
Yeah, she did a very strong. She was very proud of how she changed her body. A lot of work she did. She was fine with the naked eye, but not for television or screen, because it gives you 10 pounds. So she had to work on
I
that.
hadn't noticed.
Yeah, it does.
I know.
That's right.
I know.
And do another video. What's love got to do with it?
Oh, wonderful.
Our favorite now, right?
Our favorite, that's right.
This is Tina Turner.
Who you gonna turn to when the light is fading? Who you gonna run to?
Welcome back to Video Soul. Our special guest today is Miss Tina Turner, who must be having a wonderful year so far, because it's all about Tina again, just like it was like back in 80, what was it, 86 with What's Love?
84?
84.
I think it was 84.
Yeah, because a lot of people kind of think that you really didn't do much between that period and this period, but actually you were very busy in Europe, weren't you?
I did a lot.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that my last tour in Europe was a private dancer tour, and over all the tours combined, the Foreign Affair tour.
Right. Okay.
All the tours combined was approximately 3 million people, and aside from that, I went to Brazil one-to-one, and I had 182,000 people.
Didn't that set a record?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that like eclipsed Madonna and someone else.
I don't know who it did. I just know that I did.
See when it performed.
I always wanted it, and I got it. And when I stood there for a second, I thought, but how can I perform to these people? And instinctively, I was trying to find, what can I do to see if they're looking at me? And I raised my hand to wave, and they waved back. And I was like,
in a
I
mask.
was chilled. Yeah, it was like a big fan blowing these people from a distance, waving back. And that was the only communication I had to secure me, to make me really secure that they were all there for me. Really, just me. There's nobody else on the show, but just me, you know? Gosh, it felt fantastic, you know? Yeah, I've been busy. I've been working the whole time. The success came to me in another country. It's always, for my music, has always done better in other places. America has never been one of the places. The most support I've ever gotten from home was Private Dancer. Yeah. But I accept it. You know, I don't put it down. I just do the best I can here, and I'm happy that I do have success. Success is success no matter where it comes.
But it has happened in different places for you. I mean, initially it was R&B, right? It was black support. Then it changed. I mean, even from black to white, you became like a rock star.
Yeah. That started with the Rolling Stones. During the time of the Otis Redding song, I've Been Loving You Too Long, during that period is when we really made a crossover and started drawing predominantly white crowds. And I think the music changed there somewhere. Basically, those crowds were being drawn from Ike's music and from our live performances of covering a lot of songs. James Brown, Marvin Gaye, you name it, basically. You know, that was the songs I was covering in those days, and that was the crowd I was drawing.
But when you start hanging out with the rock stars, with Mick Jagger
and Keith.
I mean, the biggest, and your music is accepted so broadly in the white audience. Did you then go through a thing where black people were saying, well, she sold out, and you lost their support?
Well, I gotta tell you, I didn't think about it.
Oh, really?
I was thinking about, basically, I needed success. I couldn't, as Ike and Tina, we couldn't get a record on the radio. We could not get airplay. Nothing was happening in our lives. And one of the things that happened when I joined Roger Davis, he says, you can't get there in the rock halls like the Stones or the guys without records. So then, as far as I was concerned, I didn't want to do the wailing anymore, that type of singing that I had done in the past. But then I cared about what kind of songs I did sing. And I was more concerned with just getting attention from my music, for people to hear me sing. Before, people always related to me as being singer and dancer, but no one ever accepted me as being a singer. All of those people that produced me were basically white people, English people. Mark Knopfler, Heaven 17, gosh, we covered Al Green, which is the song that brought me back, produced by basically white people. So there is a love there, more love there for our black music here than it is in our own country, you know?
Yeah.
What I felt about losing the black crowd was that they would have to learn to accept me for the work I'm doing now. It has nothing to do with disliking my black crowd. It had to do with the fact that I had to love my music in order for them to be able to accept my performances. And my attitude about it is that I won. They are accepting me now. I am getting approval for changing my life and being successful with it, but not really changing. I'm the same person I was. It took that for me to become successful. My attitude about it is sometimes you shouldn't care so much about what people think about what you do until you get there, and then you try to fix it. Do you know what I mean? This summer, I think, will be an education for me to find out what black people feel about my performances and what I did with my life. I truly love the music I changed to. I'm really a rock and roll person. I'm an energy dancing person. I'm not a moody person that want to sing about I'm a fool in love. I'm not. You know, I don't like being a fool in love, and I ain't that it'll work out fine, but I like singing hot legs, a honky tonk woman. You know, it's within me.
And that doesn't negate your roots. That doesn't negate your roots at all. Because it's interesting, we have to go to a video, but the Vanity Fair article that everybody's read and everybody's talking about, there's a quote by Ike saying that Tina doesn't think she's black. She never have thought she was black, and this and that and this and that. I'm like, how can you not be black and know you're black? You were born a black woman. You know what your roots are. How can you?
You know, we shouldn't worry about what I says these days.
Yeah, well,
he's not thinking very clearly, maybe.
That's very true.
Do you ever talk to him?
No, I haven't actually spoken with Ike since our divorce, actually, because it was just so ugly and unfair.
Yeah.
And I really felt like, oh, this property and money from this is only going to be negative, and I must just close this thing down and go on with my life. And that's what I did. And it's why when a lot of people talk to me about it, oh, you had hard times. Look, my hard times was there. Once I crossed that bridge, I didn't look back. And there were no hard times. It really wasn't. It was time to go. and I went and I never looked back.
I know you're still getting asked this, and to me, I can't see it, but maybe you've contemplated it. A reunion. I understand that he's interested in trying to do some kind of reunion tour or special or anything.
I have no plans.
No.
No,
Do you have any interest?
no.
I wouldn't think so.
Mark is one. There goes my earring again. Okay. I can't win. Anyway, we're going to be back with more Tina Turner on Video Soul. We got her. So you stay right there.
Every time I am home, and the original rock me, baby, rock me
I'm
all.
trying it again. I'm trying to hear it one more time.
These earrings are candy.
Okay, you look lovely with them.
All right, thank you.
Just can't move.
Now, going way back
Mm.
to when you were in that Chitlin circuit,
Mhm.
man, do you ever miss those days at all?
No, but I do think of some of those, and I tell you one that I remember distinctively. It's when black hotels didn't let people of our kind, wouldn't allow us to stay at their hotels, because most of those hotels were owned by church people or very high upper class black. And we couldn't get, I think it was Kentucky or someplace, we couldn't get into a hotel, and our driver had driven out in the cow pasture under a tree, and we were all asleep by traveling by car in these days, musicians traveling by bus, and we woke up and we were out with the cows. That was kind of shocking. And right after that was when Martin Luther King allowed us all to stay at the Holiday Inns. That is always in my mind.
Really?
Other than that, don't think about it very much except the horrible dusty dressing rooms, but the impact of that, not being able to get into a hotel after a long ride and really, freshen up and all. But yeah, that's what I take mostly.
Now, that day you woke up and you're out there with the cows, I mean, during that time, did you ever think that Tina Turner would be as big as she is today? I mean, worldwide.
First of all, I think very seldom about what I thought in those days, these days. Looking back now, I can only tell you those long rides, I used to dream a lot. I would sit in the car when everybody was asleep and look out the lonely trucks passing, sometimes trains. And I thought that it has to be something more. I want that dressing room where there's a big fan and you walk out looking like Loretta Young. Now I fantasized on the best. It's called, I call it automatic thinking or visualization. All of that was even then before I even knew the power of visualization. And so I constantly visualized better because I wanted it to be better. And I never let go of the dream. Did I really visualize all of this? I wasn't sure. I just knew I wanted.
Yeah.
So you don't get to the sure stage, I think, unless you're thinking realistically when you get a bit close to it.
Yeah.
And I knew that would have to be after I had some form of separation from the life that I was living.
Wonderful. Well, it worked. It certainly worked. And I want to say, before we go, and I know we have to wrap it up pretty soon, congratulations. You're due to get an honor from Essence Magazine, the Essence Awards, at the end of this month. That's wonderful.
It is. It is.
That's it. And you deserve everything. You've really, you've lived a couple lives, I think, in your career.
Well, it's been a long time. It's been right here, though.
Yeah.
You're a source of inspiration for a lot of people. You've been through a lot. And one thing I picked out of the Vanity article was that you didn't want sympathy for it. Say, hey, I have lived, I am happy.
Yeah, I can't stand this. It gets on my nerve when people come to start really this whole sympathy. I don't need it, I don't need a pat on the back. It's just my style that I don't like people purring over me. You can just say all right or something like this, but it's just me. I'm kind of a tomboy.
You said I can say that? I'm going to tell them, oh yeah, I touched the legs. Yeah, that's it, all right.
But no one should have a sympathy because it's all open, it's all over, and we're all happy, and it's a good ending.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's been
Really,
such a
been
pleasure.
And an honor.
Yeah. Thank you. Good luck on the soundtrack. I hope you come back.
Well, you must come to see me this summer.
All right, we'll
will.
be there.
We will.
Okay.
You gonna wear a skirt?
I'm wearing a dress, I promise you.
All right.
It's a short one also, all right?
Thank you. Tina Turner, our guest today on Video Soul. We're going to close out with Let's Stay Together, the classic from Tina Turner and Al Green. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you.
All right with me.